Yeah! Look at her. Look at her. That's right. It's back. Look at her. Look at her. Hello, children, and welcome to another episode of Look at Her, the show where our super celebrity guest looks at some of the queens they've played with, slayed with, or even laid with, and spills a little tea. Scandalous. Or if they have to, throws a little shade, just if they have to. But most importantly, they tell us something we don't know. Our guest today is the stunning, the gorgeous, the bubbly, the effervescent. She's a dancer. She loves to dance. Lady Camden is here. Yes.
Hello.
Darling.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Look at you.
No, you look at me.
Oh, yes. Ooh. You are giving me bubblegum fantasy pop star, and I'm living.
Thank you. You know, you can't polish a turd, but you can cover it in rhinestones.
Don't I know it, honey? Don't I know it? And speaking of rhinestones, can you hold up your feet with those beautiful skates on? Look at her.
These things?
Oh my God. Let me tell you what you didn't see was she rolled right off the street, did a flip, and landed right on the couch.
You are such a good actor. Stunning. Oh my God. What a good liar.
Honey, I'm so happy to finally get to meet you in person.
Can I tell you, I used to be a fan of Look at Her before I was ever on Drag Race, and when I got the call from you, my best friend home in London, hi Maya, was so gagged. She was like, I was like, guess what I'm gonna be on? I'm gonna be talking to Mr. Jonny McGovern,
Oh my God, I love that.
I love this show, it's so much fun.
Well, honey, you know what to do, and we are going to do it.
Okay.
Look at her.
Oh my gosh, look at her. No, seriously, look at her.
Look at her. There she is.
Oh gosh,
she stole your crown. Your arch nemesis.
Willow Pill, of course, if I was to lose the crown to anyone, I'm honored that it's Willow, because I mean that, like, she's a fucking genius. Like, her brain is so weird and so brilliant. And she really does crack me up on a regular basis. She sends me so many weird voice notes, so I have a lot of incriminating evidence that if ever I need to use, I can.
Oh, you've got the backup.
But she's also the one person that wouldn't care.
Right. She'll put them out herself.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love her, you know. Yeah.
What's your biggest memory from that final battle at the finale? Because the finale all just a blur. It seems like it must be so much intensity. The crowd is there. Ru is there dressed as RuPaul, right as close as you probably got to her the whole season.
Yeah, I don't know. That day was really, I'm just gonna be honest, it was stressful. It was just so much to do in one day. I've never been in such a tight corset in my life. And there were so many elements to that costume, and we had to stand there.
The twirling off, the wig reveal.
Yeah, and then there was all that stuff too. So there was a lot of like stressful components that were like, there's a lot that could go wrong here. And so, I had my friends backstage with me that were just like, you literally can't think about all that stuff. You just have to go out there and fucking give it to them. And I was lucky, I loved my song.
Now, when they write those songs that are for you, do you tell them what you want to say, or do they surprise you and they're like, here's your song, it's about falling down?
No, they try to make it like, they want it to be you, and it's like you have 1 minute and of song.
Right.
And you don't, they are producing everybody else's tracks. There's so much production that goes on with Drag Race that you don't have, a month to work on a song and feel it and workshop it. You really just, that's the hard part, is that they don't give that many chances for feedback.
Yeah.
I think there was one opportunity for feedback. And, but you have an opportunity to give them like songs as inspiration. I gave them a lot of Queen, I think, for me personally.
Very smart idea.
Yeah, I give them like not that many. I give them like a few Queen songs.
Narrow. What you want.
Right, so that they couldn't really go anywhere with it. It was more specific. And I think I told them that I just want to somehow get the story of like falling down and doing something ridiculous and then getting up and like winning that challenge, or like just winning a part of Drag Race that you want to win, which for me was just like gaining confidence. So I wanted that vibe of like, yeah, fucking did it!
Yeah, and that's what you gave, honey. I just watched it the other night. I was like, God, you were sparkling so hard on that episode.
Thank you.
Look at her. I made this from scratch.
I made this coming from scratch. Oh, it's so funny. I feel like I was not close with Daya really at all in the competition. I feel like she was very team Bosco in the whole experience. So I felt like she didn't like me, and as a result, I didn't really like her, honestly. And so I just sort of kept my distance from her. And then when we kind of got to tour with each other a bit more, I realized she's actually the nicest person in the entire cast. Like, she's really, really fucking sweet. And two, she's my favorite person to smoke weed with. Because like on tour, we'll like have an edible or whatever, and then we'll be in a group, and then I'll get like the giggles, and I'll just look over at her, and she's already looking at me like. And then one time we were in Australia, and I took a little bit too much of an edible, and it really hits me hard. And, you know, I got like a bit, sort of, you know, too high. And I was like, let's just go out, let's just shake it off. And we went to this bar in Australia, and there were so many people that were like, oh my God, it's you. And when you're high, that is the last thing you need.
Oh, especially on an edible where you can really start to go somewhere weird.
I know. And so there was this guy that came up to me, and he had a blue beard and blue hair, and he wouldn't leave me alone. And he was demanding that he buy me a drink. And so I've never run out of a club before, but that was the first time I've ever run out of a club. And I turned back, and Daya Betty was running right after me laughing. And she was like, girl, I can't handle it either, let's go home. I love her, she's great.
Okay, look at her.
Bosco!
Oh, my your arch nemesis, your forever enemy.
I know, oh my God. You know, what's more annoying about her is that she is beautiful and she's funny. You know, and if she had some talent, then she'd be a real threat. Oh, thank God she doesn't.
I mean, of course, what was actually quite a light argument for Drag Race. Yeah. I mean, after the Tamisha, Amon, and Candy views of it all, or anything from previous to season 7, your guys was like barely a fight, but of course, it was probably one of the more intense moments of the season, so it was considered Drag Race's greatest battles.
I know, it's odd because like it does have an intensity to it when you watch it because it's just coming from a real place.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it just took people by surprise because I don't think either of us had really even had a relationship up to that point that much. Yeah, I think it's hilarious that I have an MTV award for the best fight.
I know.
Like, it's so ridiculous to me. I put it sort of on the bottom shelf. My friend was like, you need to put that on the top shelf so people will see it when they walk into your house. And I was like, but isn't it weird that I have an award for that? Like, that's the one thing I didn't want to happen on Drag Race was to get into a fight. I was literally like, I just don't want to get into a fight. I want to be like cool with people. I want to get on. I want to make friends. I walked away with a fucking
MTV the golden popcorn for best fight.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. She's kind of a scary person to have a fight with because she's so clever. And like, I think that if she were to ever go back on All Stars, like I would be sorry for any girl that like comes for her, you know, because she's just really, really clever and she's really fast. And she has some of the best reads, like in the dressing room, you know. And she'll call you out on your bullshit, like before you can even realize that you've said something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's also like just she's down for it. And she's someone too that like if ever there's bullshit going on, or if I'm over it, I can look at her and like, you know, she's very real. So like you can connect with her on things on tour like that. So yeah.
You were on tour with her too, right?
A lot, yeah. So maybe it's because of our fight, I don't know. I think after we got back from filming and we had to keep everything a secret for a while, she was the one person that I would connect with a lot on the phone. And I think because we didn't know how it was gonna turn out.
Yeah.
And neither of us knew if like, because of editing and everything, if people were gonna be Team Bosco or Team me.
God, yes.
You know, like, so there's just so much that goes to your mind when you're sitting there sitting on a secret. And I think because we were worried about it, we ended up being like the coolest with each other. We were like, we're actually cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were just competitive, you know, and but it all worked out in the end.
It did, with the victory going to you.
Yes, exactly.
Well, look at you.
Who's next? What bitch is next?
Look at her.
Do I want to? Jasmine!
Jasmine Kennedie. Well, now talk about an epic fight of the season. That Maddie Morphosis Jasmine moment was pretty great.
It was really fun, though. It was really fun to watch. Because I think we were all like, oh, there's been no fights. Like, no one's going to like our season. There's too many nice people. And then when that happened, we were like, oh, great.
Thank God,
there's some drama. Yeah, we can chill out now. No, that was wild. And what's funny is that they didn't even show some of the craziest shit. Because there's a lot of stuff you can't air because it's just like, you know, too many profanities or whatever. So there was a lot of stuff that made the I guess.
Well, what did we miss?
I don't know if I can say it. Just stuff that was like, you know.
You're straight. Get out of here.
It wasn't like mean. It was just sort of like, you know, Jasmine was like, I don't even know if I can say it. I don't know what I can say because, yeah, anyway. Point is, it was just like, it just got a little bit louder, a little bit crazier, and a little bit more unhinged to the point where it was like, well, we don't want these girls to actually look crazy. Let's just like, you know, I don't know, sharpen it up a bit. But yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty scary and also really entertaining. I love drag. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jasmine also like had such an emotional moment when she came out as trans on the show, and like
I think
that was a transformation that so many of the girls on the show sort of made public during and after. What was that moment like in real life?
Well, you know, I think Jasmine I can safely say that Jasmine won Untucked, period.
I would agree. Yeah.
And
in both comedy and drama.
Right. And what's kind of funny, and I don't know if you saw this on the show, but there was a moment right before that happened that I think the discussion came up about, you know, gender and about where we all feel we are at and like who's ever considered, you know, not feeling like they're in the right gender right now, or that, you know, who's starting a journey of somewhat. And Bosco was actually talking a little bit about it and kind of as she was getting kind of, you know, kind of sincere and having a moment, Jasmine, bless her heart, comes forward and goes, I'm so glad you brought this up. And then starts going into her whole epic moment, which of course was like really important and amazing, but it was very true to Jasmine to go, thank you, I'll take it from here. And I just had to one-up her. That was just like brilliant. I was like, thanks, Jasmine.
This is your moment.
This was her moment.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gonna make this my moment.
She did, and she did. Did you to word with her?
I haven't worked with her. I watched her on tour. I went to go see her at the Christmas show. And she was very sexy.
She is sexy,
She's becoming a little sex kitten.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
And she's really feeling it. She's feeling herself, and she is glowing up, baby. I'm here for it. She needs to be on All Stars, I think.
I mean, your whole season, there's so many people in your seasons that could be just All Stars champs.
A lot of people that have elevated and grown a lot, I think, even in that short space of time, besides Maddie. You know, and yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting people that would make some good TV when they come back.
Because y'all have some money now, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Do you think about it?
I do.
I mean, because I know there's one case to be made that you should go on as fast as you can before anyone forgets and do it. But another is that you actually want to have time to grow and evolve, so you bring something different. Where do you stand on that?
I mean, I do see the value in coming back fast, because I do. Essentially, what the argument is that if you're on TV more, then there's just more people, you're in people's minds and you have more opportunities and stuff like that. And I think that's valid. I think for me personally and my drag and my style of drag, I think what got me far on the show was like talent that's been like harnessed over a while and like development. And I think watching it back, I think I had kind of an interesting journey. And I don't think a journey happens when you come back straight away and do the same thing or try to recreate the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think for me personally, like I want to get better at drag before I go on. Like I don't think that there's a limit, and I don't think that I've made it, and I don't think you should ever really think that. I think that there should always be an element of like, there's always room to grow. I want to just get better at like comedy. I want to get better at singing live. I want to get better at just everything, even the stuff I'm good at. You know, I don't want to go back. I want to go back and fucking win it, honestly. Yes. Like I literally, I'm like, genuinely, I want to go back and win it. I don't want to go back and just do well, you know?
Yeah, well said, honey.
You know what I mean, honey?
Look at her.
Oh my gosh, me.
Look at you, because we could not have you on the Sparkle Couch, sweetie, without talking about the gag of gags.
Thank you.
I mean, this moment was so amazing. You did what you set out to do. You had RuPaul laughing her ass off. You had the whole world cheering.
Yeah, that was fun.
Tell me about from inception to creation to performance of this moment.
You know what? This moment has now become like even more special because of the passing of Heclina.
Yeah.
Who, if you don't know, Heclina's a drag superstar, legend of San Francisco. And she booked me to do one of her shows, which I was like emailing, like, can I please do your show? Like back in the day. And, you know, there was a plethora of performers in San Francisco that were already doing her show. She didn't know who the fuck I was. So she gave me a chance to do her show, and I wanted to do something that was like striking and interesting, and I did Lady Gaga GUI from her, art pop album. Justice for art pop, by the way. And she, so basically I did this bit where I had a wig and an outfit, and then I didn't do the full, but I just like, my wig kind of accidentally came off, and then a dancer handed me a moustache, and I turned around, stuck it on, ripped off my blazer, and I had like a white tank top on, something a bit more masculine and butch, and then did the rest of the choreography, the exact same choreography, but just in a more masculine kind of grounded, aggressive style. And she just gagged, she loved it. She wouldn't stop going on about it. She just thought it was so fun. And so when I went on Drag Race, I thought I want to do something very San Francisco. I thought I want to do something that Heklina will find cool.
Right.
And just think that I'm cooler after doing. And I think the fall came because I just wanted to, I wanted to make an impact. And I felt like at that point in the competition, I was just getting frustrated, honestly, because I felt like I was doing okay and I was doing good, but they didn't really find it interesting, or they didn't really care. The episode before was the design challenge, and I felt like I was so proud of it, and the frustration of not doing well in that made me go, okay, well, I'm gonna take it a step further. And I did practice it once backstage, and one of the cameramen saw, and he asked me, are you gonna do that? And I was like, maybe. I said, as long as you don't tell anybody else, like any other cameraman or producers I'm doing it, I'll do it. And he was like, well, I need to
gag him, right?
I want the genuine reaction. And then he was like, well, I need to tell the cameraman. And I was like, okay, we can just tell whoever you need, but don't tell anyone. I really want it to be like a genuine, authentic moment. And I felt it. It was like awkward, like to feel them going, ugh. When it happened, it was a bit awkward. I sort of felt like the reaction was kind of slow. For them, they were like figuring out, So I didn't know if people were really gonna gag when it came out, or if people were gonna be like, oh, that was clever. But that episode changed my life, like completely, fully.
And it also made you pop right in the competition. It really set you on your path.
And I think it was a reminder to me to trust my instincts, because I thought I knew some people would think this was a stupid idea. I know there's a lot of drag queens out there that would never want to do something like that. They would find it a bit like just not their style. So I think it just taught me to trust my instincts, and then I think I just did that. Whenever I felt I was in an uncomfortable position, or whenever I got nervous in the competition, I just thought about this moment, and I thought, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Falling and slapping on a mustache made me pop out of that competition.
Yeah, it's just, and that's why I think if I ever were to go back, again, I would want to come up with gags and take risks, and really come with like a plethora of like more developed, like cool moments,
Yeah, that was Camden. It was so
Thank
good.
you.
It was so good. And every time that I watch it, I get a jolt of joy. I mean, it really lasts. It holds up.
You should have been at the bar that I was at in San Francisco.
I can only imagine.
Because there's this collective like, that's our girl! And then when I fell, it was so awkward and quiet. Because everyone was like, she's going home, damn it. And like, it was just really awkward for those few seconds. And then when I stood up, the entire bar was just like an earthquake. It was insane.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, I'll never forget that moment.
Must have been so good. It was great.
Thanks.
Look out.
Who's next? Miss RuPaul.
RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, now before we were talking about RuPaul and who famously looks straight ahead so that the camera angle never changes, and you were telling me a funny story about
what
being
do you mean,
on set.
Jonny? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either, Lady Camden.
Yeah, I mean, it's just smart because she always looks great. So whereas I'm this way, and I probably shouldn't be doing that because I'm on the account of my famously large jaw, which RuPaul actually dubbed me that. But yeah, so I think on the first time that I was getting the deliberation, I was like, what's that word, that big word, deliberation? I was like the furthest that way, and she was like, Lady Camden, you're safe. And I was like, is she talking to me? Because I don't know if she's got the name wrong, maybe. She's
right, because she's looking straight ahead.
Yeah, so I was like, I walked away like, I think that was me. I hope that was me.
Am I safe?
Am I safe? I think I am.
Does she know who I am?
Yeah, she explained it too before the cameras were rolling. She was like, okay, just so you know, like I'm not gonna move my head. If I'm talking to you, I'm gonna look at you this way, but just nod and smile.
Yeah, and she's right, because the lighting is very delicate to make sure you don't have any lines or wrinkles. It's all smooth.
Yeah.
And if you move, the illusion is ruined.
Even in the workroom, like when RuPaul's out of drag, there's like extra lighting, you know, and like if it's not on, she'll be like, okay, and then she'll start.
As she should.
So fierce. I'm like, bitch.
Now, did you ever get a, sometimes RuPaul famously will tell the girls stories or do stuff when you guys are waiting for deliberation. Anything like that stick out of your mind?
I think with me, she was like, there was this part in the beginning, the very first episode, where I think she could tell that I was like holding back and nervous. And they didn't show it, but she was very much just like, she kind of looked at me, she was like, don't think too much. Don't produce yourself, just relax. They're gonna fall in love with you if you're just yourself. Like, don't produce yourself at all. Like, just all this, just get rid of it. And at first I thought, oh, she doesn't like me, like that moment with Miss Cracker that she had was in my head where there was this over-editing yourself, don't produce yourself kind of thing. And so I thought, oh, I might get that edit or whatever. But they never edit, and I thought that it was just kind of a nice moment for her to like look at me in the eyes and just go, none of this exists, like just do yourself. And then, when that started to creep back in, at one point later on in the season, she was like, the Freddie Mercury episode, she was like, you had a triple crown. You're like, your runway, your challenge, the lip sync, like that. Take that through the rest of the season. And I don't remember if they showed all of it, but it was just a nice moment of like fuck all this, And I think, all this, not you guys, just like the illusion of what Hollywood is, right? And I think whenever she came into the set, she would stand there, she wouldn't try to have a relationship with us. She would just look at the producers or anyone behind the cameras and she'd be like, oh, hey, Dave. Oh, hey, Mary. There's no one on set called Dave and Mary, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she'd just be like, oh, hey, how's the kids? Oh, I love the outfit. Oh, yes. Da, da. So she would like have this atmosphere already that was like, we're all friends here, we're just having fun. There's not so much to us, but to the crew.
Right.
So I thought that was a nice thing to just like remember that all of it's kind of an illusion, There was also one time we were outside in the tents getting ready to come on set, and she was finishing up something as she came out on her golf cart, and she parked the golf cart in front of the entire cast. It was all of us. And she got out of the cart and she walked up to us and she went like this. And I was like, does she hate us? And everyone was like dying laughing. And she got back on her golf cart and ran away.
Bye.
It's like gag. So yeah.
Lady Camden, thank you so much for being here, sweetie.
Thank you for
I've been a
having me.
fan. You've done so great on the show, and so great to see you continue to serve it
Thank
up in
you,
real
Jonny
life.
McGovern.
Look at you.
Look
You were
at
here.
me.
You were fabulous. Now remember at home, if you want to see even more of my interview here with Lady Camden that we couldn't fit into the show, you're going to go to patreon.com/HeyQueenTV to get some exclusive tea, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lady Camden, thanks. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're stunning. Thank you for being here.
Do I look like Linda Evangelista?
Yeah, you're a model. You could be wearing a diaper and you'd still get raves. Thank you for rolling your way into my heart and all of ours. And we'll see you on the next episode of Look at Her. Hit it.
Look at her.
Shall we look? Look at her. Look at her. And you, and you, and you. Look at her. Bye. Love you, Lady Red.